Hi, I'm Pete Gallivan. It is time for News to Celebrate, the stories that remind us why we love Buffalo and Western New York. From women making their mark in the construction industry to a local ski center with Olympic roots continuing to train the next generation of athletes. And we'll show you how first responders teamed up to rescue 2 ice fishermen stranded on Lake Erie. There's plenty to celebrate this week in Western New York.
We are learning more tonight about the rescue of 2 ice fishermen Sunday off of the shore of Lake Erie, right near Sturgeon Point.
Our Dave McKinley spoke with a member of the rescue team with the Erie County Sheriff's Office who was in the Air One helicopter when it was deployed for the mission. Dave?
Mary Alice, this happened after nightfall Sunday when the ice which the 2 fishermen were standing on about a mile offshore cracked and separated, leaving a gap that made it just about impossible for them to grab their gear and get back by themselves. Beneath the ice along the shore of Lake Erie, there is a bevy of fish. This time of year, though, there can also be a bushel full of danger. Sunday night, 6:30 p.m.
We got a visual on the 2 missing persons on the ice.
This video was provided by the Sheriff's Office, whose helicopter was able to spot the 2 in the dark.
We have some pretty advanced systems aboard the Air One helicopter that allows us to use forward infrared seeking sensors to basically identify heat sources out there, which basically allowed us to very quickly identify the people that were stranded.
One of the men was reached by a skiff operated by the Coast Guard Ice Rescue Team. The other was brought back aboard the sheriff's helicopter, which hovered 3 feet above the ice. Lieutenant Chris Schreiber was on board as the search and rescue technician Sunday night and can be seen here guiding the second fisherman toward safety.
The ice had shifted approximately 25 feet or so. So there was no option of them leaping across or walking down a little while and then trying to hop back over. They were there. I don't think there was any risk of them floating over the border anytime soon. However, they were going to continue to separate over time. So
they weren't able to get back on them?
Not without swimming, and that would have been extremely dangerous and highly unadvisable.
We're a mile and a half straight out that way on Friday, and you couldn't ask for a better day.
Kurt Baumeister often ice fishes in the same area off Sturgeon Point. With temperatures expected to rise significantly this week, he says what happened here Sunday provides a cautionary tale.
You know, the shore ice will go first. That'll melt first, and then, you know, there'll be open water, and you really don't want to go out there after that, probably. You know, I mean, some people probably will.
Now, besides fishermen, there are also people who like to walk out on the ice, and to them, it's important, according to police, to make sure that someone knows where you are when you plan to be coming back, and of course, to keep a cell phone with you, which is fully charged. On your side, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.
Ladies and gentlemen, Olympic gold medalist Tage Thompson. Once again, congratulations to Team USA.
It was a special moment inside KeyBank Center in downtown Buffalo tonight. Olympic gold medalist Tage Thompson back playing in front of his hometown fans tonight for the first time since leaving for Milan, Italy with Team USA and winning a gold medal. And tonight, Sabres fans made sure to give Tage a strong welcome home to Buffalo. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Tonight's gold medal celebrations included an old friend from years past returning to Buffalo and the Sabres looking to continue another big winning streak. 2 on your side's Nate Mills joins us live from KeyBank Center with more. It was quite a night, Nate.
Absolutely, Scott and Mary Alice. The Sabres are picking up right where they left off from the Olympic break. They've won 4 games in a row, including a 3-2 victory over the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. But tonight was extra special as they honored Tage Thompson for his gold medal earned with Team USA during this year's Olympics. The Sabres draped every seat in tonight's sellout crowd with special towels with Thompson's Team USA jersey and gold medal printed on them. His curtain call just before puck drop rattled KeyBank Center with cheers from Sabres fans. And the goal that he scored tonight nearly brought the whole building down. The 2026 Sabres' unprecedented turnaround has given fans a lot to cheer for, and their game against Vegas was no exception.
What an amazing reception from the crowd. That was a little emotional for me. Meant a lot. So thank you to all the fans and the people out there who supported us and showed up tonight.
It was unreal. I mean, even just skating out there today, you could tell there's a different vibe in the building, and it was a ton of fun to play in front.
Whether it's everybody dressed in the same color or waving towels, or just the whole atmosphere felt like a playoff atmosphere.
Thompson's family also surprised him by showing up to that pregame ceremony. They were part of the over 19,000 fans that filled the arena tonight. And the Sabres are back in action on Thursday, March 5th, over at Pittsburgh against the Penguins. Both teams vying for a playoff spot, and both teams sit in second place in their respective conferences. On your side from KeyBank Center, Nate Mills, Channel 2 News.
Summer will be here before we know it, so it's time to start thinking about fair season. Applications are now open to design and build a mini golf hole for the Erie County Fair. Teams will build a family-friendly hole themed around agriculture or the fair. The winners will receive free fair tickets and a chance to see their creation on display at the Fairway exhibit throughout the best 12 days of summer.
What you have to do is submit a sketch, digitally or sketched out by hand is fine, and a small description of the hole you want to build. And those submissions will be looked at, and we'll review them, and we'll pick the holes that will be actually made to be at the fair.
People are getting a sweet taste of spring over in Depew. PJ Cool's opening up for their 11th season at their shop on Transit Road. The doors opened at 1 o'clock today, and the owner says, as you probably could imagine, they were really busy scooping ice cream and taking orders. To celebrate the season, there were some special guests here too, including Elmo and Big Bird, as you see them right there, helping welcome customers back for another year. We're told they will be open until November. We'll worry about that later, right? So a sure sign that spring might be around the corner, right?
Hey, it doesn't matter. Whatever the temp is, you're going to find me licking some ice cream.
That's true.
I got into construction by accident while I was going to school to be a social worker.
Gina Turbot is a pre-construction support specialist at ARC, Advancing Revolutionary Construction. It's a career path she almost didn't go down.
I was working full-time to pay my way through college and started really loving what I was doing and realized I would make more money in the field than as a social worker. So my volunteer efforts cover my social work needs.
You've most likely seen several projects Gina has worked on before crews start working on site, from the new Bills Stadium to the Salvation Army Hope on Main project to ECMC. And again, to get here in her career wasn't a straight line.
I took a 7-year sidetrack as a veterinary hospital manager before I went back into construction, and all of the skills I learned there are completely transferable to what I do now.
This morning, members of the Buffalo Niagara chapter of the National Association of Women in Construction spent time volunteering at the Tool Library. It's a time to connect with other women in the field, which wasn't always possible when some of them first launched their careers.
Never having sisters, I now have sisters.
So it's really encouraging to me, and there's no reason that there can't be women out there, because do what you love. You know, it's a trade. If you love working with your hands, if you love creating things, if you love being able to say, I built that, I helped build that to your kids or your family or your friends, then take pride in that and do what you love.
It is a fabulous, high-paying field. There's opportunity for growth beyond what you can imagine, and now there's industries like NAWIC and other places where women can find friends and allies to help support them and raise them up.
On your side, Kelly Dudzik, Channel 2 News.
Well, with Lent in full swing, local restaurants are making sure that they have plenty of seafood options, and that includes at Hayes Seafood House, a Clarence staple that's been serving customers for nearly 150 years. 2 on your side's Kevin O'Neill takes us inside.
You see the fish fry map on WGRZ.com. People doing some soul searching around Western New York, but this place has been in business for 149 years. 2 of the 3 owners are here. We have Jack and Nick. Nice to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you.
What's this time of year like for you guys?
It's very busy this time of the year. You know, fish fries are very popular here in Buffalo, and we're the best place for them.
There
so,
you go.
You know, people come here for them.
Well, why would you guys be better than other places?
Freshest fish here in Buffalo. We've been doing it for a very long time, so we just know how to do it the right way.
Now, you guys are your own wholesaler too, so there's not an extra step of transportation. The fish come are practically right off the boat.
Yeah.
Again, to talk about this, the history. You have a lot of history in the business, and it's still family run.
Still family, 4 generations. It's great. Hopefully 5 sometime in the future.
You and your lovely wife Miranda, along with Jack, running the place. It's a lot of pressure. People know the Hayes brand.
Oh, for sure. Tons of pressure. A lot of hard work. You got to be on top of your game with seafood.
When's your busiest day?
Oh, Fridays for sure.
But when your deliveries come in tomorrow, though?
Oh, we get them Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's a full day of processing, inspecting, sorting.
But the toughest question I'll ask you: what's your favorite thing on the menu?
That's a tough question.
Nick, you're getting the same question. Yeah.
I mean, our fish fries are a classic. But you know, we have different specials that we bring in every week that are, you know, awesome too. So
good point. All right, favorite thing on the menu? Anything?
Scallops.
Oh, fantastic.
I love scallops. Our scallops are dry, natural, beautiful. Whatever.
Fantastic. Yeah, great. And again, you talk about, you can walk out obviously with fresh fish. They're a store, they're a restaurant as well, and a wholesaler for some other restaurants get their fish from Hayes as well. The website is hayesseafoodhouse.com. On your side in beautiful scenic Clarence, I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
Through the jumps and runs at the Buffalo Ski Center is someone who knows how to find the line.
That's where I grew up skiing. I know every jump and every tree.
Matt DePeters started skiing when he was 9.
You don't need a lot of snow or a big mountain to really learn how to do inverted aerials. It's a little hill such as Buffalo Ski Club. You can, go. It can take you skiing around the world.
His father, Mark, started a freestyle program there decades ago.
We've had 14 of our alumni go on to either be on the U.S. ski team or compete in the Olympics.
Matt DePeters made it to the world stage in the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, but he has now represented the red, white, and blue both on the course and off of it.
I'm just the coach nowadays and just try to help them and give them as best I can. Hands up!
Matt recently came back from Milan, Italy, as a top coach in the 2026 Winter Olympics.
I watch the wind, take snow temperatures, see what the sun is doing, make sure the athlete comes in with the proper speed for whatever trick they're trying to perform.
With help from Christopher Lillis of Rochester, Kayla Kuhn from Michigan, and Connor Curran from Ohio, Matt's team brought back gold in the mixed team aerials event. On your side in Colden, Courtney Courtwright. Reach! Channel 2 News.
NASA is repairing its Artemis II rocket, getting ready for its next chance to launch astronauts around the moon with hopes to soon put them back on its surface.
But what you may not know is that a Buffalo company has been helping power the space program's public face for decades. Channel 2's Lauren Hall explains.
The excitement surrounding America's return to the moon is growing, and a company headquartered in Buffalo is right in the middle of it.
We're in the hospitality business. Delaware North is Jacob's family, and we've been in the parks and resorts business since the early 90s. We operate in and around national parks and state parks, and then we also operate at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex and have for the last 30 years.
For 3 decades, Delaware North has operated the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, about 45 minutes from Orlando. Group President of Parks and Resorts, Scott Sosha, says they welcome thousands of visitors a day.
It's the entire guest experience at Kennedy. We actually curate and display space-flown artifacts. We have astronauts on staff. We have scientists on staff. So it's more than just retail food and beverage. It's actually interpretation and education. Our responsibility is to tell the NASA story.
That includes exhibits like Space Shuttle Atlantis and access beyond the security gates to the Saturn V Center, just miles from the launch pads themselves. When rockets are on the pad, the company transports guests beyond the gates for an up-close look.
If you ever get a chance to go see a launch, you should go see a launch. It's an amazing experience. We had over 100 launches at Kennedy last year, all times of the day.
On launch days, Delaware North is responsible for up to 15,000 guests on site with special viewing packages that can sell out quickly.
It's breathtaking, and I think night launches tend to be the best because the sky just lights up so well. And be prepared for the noise and the vibrations that shake to your body.
The next launch window for Artemis 2 is coming up in April. The mission will carry 4 astronauts around the moon, paving the way for a lunar landing now scheduled for 2028. Back in Buffalo, the company recently hosted a Launch and Learn, giving its local workforce a deeper look at the Artemis program and their role in telling NASA's story.
Because at the end of the day, what it builds is advocacy. And the more advocacy that we can build for the space program, the more support that ultimately gets and success that the program will have.
On your side, Lauren Hall, Channel 2 News.
Read Across America Week and OLV National Shrine and Basilica is releasing a new children's book to teach kids all about Father Baker. Officials say that it's important to reflect on his legacy, not just as a local historical figure here, but in a way that feels meaningful for the next generation. The book, written by OLV's Chief Creative Officer, follows Father Baker's life story.
He probably thought the trajectory of his life was going to become business like his dad and owning a business, but then he got the call to become a priest, and he gave everything up. He entered the priesthood, and going forward, he changed thousands and thousands of lives for the better each and every day.
Sure did. To celebrate Read Across America, OLV donated more than 1,000 copies of the book to Catholic schools across Western New York.
Say Yes Niagara Falls is announcing a major investment aimed at making college more affordable for local students. The KeyBank Foundation is awarding the organization with a $500,000 grant to support the Niagara Falls Scholarship Endowment Fund, helping break down financial barriers to higher education.
We know that when students are given resources and encouragement to pursue their goals, the impact reaches far beyond the classroom. It strengthens families, energizes our communities, and it fuels our region's growth for generations to come.
Say Yes Niagara Falls launched their program back in October with several programs, including community schools, the Breaking Barriers Youth Leadership Council, and the Modern Youth Apprenticeship Program. The Promise Scholarship Program is set to begin next school year.
This morning, we are getting in the Irish spirit.
Yeah, it's that time of year, the wearing of the green and the eating of the corned beef. And Kevin O'Neill is live in West Valley to give us a closer look at how that corned beef is made. Good morning, Kev.
Good morning. Yeah, hi from Cat County, West Valley. There is no corn in corned beef. Back in the day, centuries ago, Irish immigrants and also Jewish immigrants would put the rock salt, these kernels of salt, to preserve. They were sometimes called corns of salt to preserve. Back me up here, Mark.
That's right.
The kernels, the corns of salt were used to preserve the beef.
Correct. Yep. That would take and draw out some of the moisture out of the beef, and then it would, pretty much preserve it. So.
Back now, you're not using kernels of salt now.
No, we're not. We use it's a brine solution. It has the salt in there, and then the curing agents that cure the beef to make it corned beef.
But similar to everything else, it's the quality of the beef that really determines the quality of the corned beef.
Yeah, so we start with a fresh product. It's never frozen. Choice beef. Good in, good out.
There's machine number one is what's happening here.
Yeah, so this is our pumper. We put the briskets or the rounds in there. In this vat, this is the brine solution, and then we pump it through the machine. Then we go on to the next step here.
Yeah, machine number two, what's happening over here?
So this is that's our packaging machine. So we'll put the brisket or the round in there. We'll put on the pickling spice, and then it runs it through the machine, vacuum seals it, and then we'll package it, and it goes on to everybody else.
Good.
3 days. It takes 3 days to cure it.
Where can I buy this?
You can buy it anywhere. Buffalo's, almost any place you go in Buffalo, from Sloan Market, Tops, Niagara County Produce, It's a dash market.
Federals.
Federal meats. Everybody carries it, and all the little butcher shops around Buffalo probably have the patties in there.
I'm kind of dumb, but are there instructions on it, how to make it and everything like that?
There are cooking instructions right on each piece.
There you go. So they're made in Western New York, and again, look for patties. Right there. Look for the picture. Whoa, hold on. Look for the picture. It's got a little picture of Pete Gallivan right on it.
Very good. I love it.
Good hair and everything.
Oh, man, it's like looking in the mirror. Thanks very much, Kev.
A local dog rescue is inviting the community to help support its mission of saving puppies and dogs in need. Seven Hearts Maternity Rescue is hosting its 5th annual Fur Baby fundraiser and meat raffle next Saturday. Organizers with the organization say it's their biggest fundraiser of the year, and tickets are selling fast.
7heartsmaternity.com. Google, email will get you tickets. You can show up that day too. 6 o'clock, the doors open. First spin is at 7.
Again, that's all happening next Saturday at the Oakwood Manor in Hamburg. Tickets start at $12.
The nation is still celebrating its dominance in both men's and women's hockey during the 2026 Winter Games in Milan. Both teams, of course, beat Canada in overtime to win the gold medal.
I never get tired of hearing that.
No, it's like unbelievable.
I know. And the best part is that one of Western New York's own could feel the support from thousands of miles away. 2 on Your Side's Nate Mills spoke one-on-one with Buffalo's gold medalist who shared her experience from the games. Nate?
That's right, Scott and Mary Alice. Haley Skamura is a gold medalist, but her roots are still firmly planted in Western New York.
Nichols School graduate Haley Skamura, like many, is a proud Buffalonian.
I always tell people I'm from Buffalo, New York. I never say just New York.
And now she's a gold medalist too. But unlike her 2022 Olympic appearance, the Skamura family was in attendance to see her dreams come true in Milan. The moment was also celebrated over 4,000 miles away in her hometown. Skamura feels the loyalty from Western New York, and she's still basking in it.
They are very proud to be from Buffalo. And they're proud of their Buffalo products that, excel on the world stage and, on the professional stage and whatever stage that might be, they're supporting it. It's so nice. It's like getting the gold medal again, like I just get to keep celebrating it. I get to keep reliving the moment because it was obviously one of the most incredible moments of my life. And so, any excuse to celebrate it again, I'm down.
Skamura says her Olympic dreams can be traced back to her youth travel team, the Wheatfield Blades. But the road to Olympic glory is one rarely traveled or even considered by girls in youth sports. With her success, Skamura hopes to inspire young girls to dream big.
I was usually the only girl on a boys team, and so it was hard at times. I was in a locker room by myself. I was in janitor's closets. I was in bathrooms, like getting ready for games, and it got lonely at times. That's like a huge motivating factor for me, to be honest, is to grow the women's game, especially in my hometown, because I love my hometown so much, and I know what they're capable of, and I know there's so many girls there who want to play hockey. And so if I can inspire any of them to continue playing like the sport they love, then I'm happy.
Skamura is trying her best to schedule a homecoming visit to Buffalo, specifically to a Sabres game, but she told me it's just not aligning with her busy schedule with the Montreal Victoire. She said her return will likely happen in the summer, where she will make the rounds at Nichols, Wheatfield, Hockey Outlet, and more. On Your Side, Nate Mills, Channel 2 News.
That's news to celebrate. Thanks for joining us as we share the stories that make Buffalo and Western New York such a special place to call home. We'll see you next time.